The war is on. This is the main event for me. Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose is the match that I put down on my calendar as, you know what, July 20th, Battleground. Rollins versus Ambrose. I know we've seen these guys roll around in matches on Monday Night Raw, but we saw them at Money in the Bank in this, but this is the first time we're going to see these guys one-on-one in the middle of the ring. With the objection of being a match. It's just going to matter of these guys hating each other so much, with Dean Ambrose feeling like Seth Rollins broke up his group that could have gone on and done so much more, by hitting him. Well, actually, with Rollins hitting Roman Reigns in the back with that chair, it just, set off waves throughout the WWE of so many people feeling betrayed by the Shield. So many people were really on their bandwagon, as really big fans of these guys. They had just recently made the babyface turn the night after WrestleMania, where people really started. Oh, wait a minute, they did that before WrestleMania because they fought against the Outlaws and Kane. It was when the fuck did they turn on them? They basically turned on Kane and then went from there. But they had basically just turned everybody to be full-on supporters of the Shield. So many people had seen them go and do so many things, and we've been looking for the breakup for so long, and then once it finally came, we were all, whoa, we didn't want that to happen yet. I mean, like, for at least 6 months, since before the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, everything that these guys did in the ring or in a promo, basically we were looking at some sort of a way for, Ambrose to leave this team and go heel, and sort of leave, Reigns and Rollins to fight for themselves as some sort of a tag team, and move on from there, while Ambrose shot up to being the #1 guy. Nobody really saw Seth Rollins, hitting Roman with that chair and going on and joining the Authority, winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. That was the biggest surprise that they could have done out of this group. That would have been like Virgil, turning babyface on the NWO and basically winning the championship from Hogan. And that's a little extreme. I didn't mean to go with Virgil. Rollins definitely wasn't the Virgil. He was definitely the one guy in the Shield that really won me over. Ambrose and Rollins, while they were in the Shield, had so many fans that had seen them before WWE that were really behind them. And Roman Reigns was sort of that mystery guy that everybody sort of picked on. He was a big guy. He was the Triple H guy. He never really said much in the promos. He wasn't really comfortable yet, and everybody knew that he was really green. So everybody was really on those guys. And that's why I joined the Roman fan club. But by the end, Seth Rollins, especially with the match against Evolution, really won me over as, saying, like, Seth is the guy that's going to go the farthest out of all of these guys. They're going to try and shove Roman down our throats once the breakup finally does happen, and if it works, it works. But I think overall, the long run down the line, we're going to see that Seth Rollins is the one guy that really stepped up from the Shield and became the biggest prospect for them. And I know everybody has read the rumors, and they're pretty comical when you see headlines like WWE thinking of reuniting the Shield in 2015. A year down the road, we're going to see the Shield get back together. And I know they do this all the time. We saw Edge and Christian do their mini reunions throughout time, and they would team them up on SmackDown or Raw in a place where it made sense, and things like that. And I can definitely see these three guys being on one show somewhere down the road, and you have some sort of we'll do a 6-man tag, and what do you know, out of the sporadic, just sort of just weirdness. Look, the Shield's a team again for one night. We're gonna see them, and they're gonna kick some ass. But this is going to be awesome. These are two guys that hate each other. They're two guys that really are going to do anything that takes, to get noticed. And really, Ambrose is the guy that has a whole bunch of eyes on him already. Rollins, the guy who won the Money in the Bank, joined the Authority, basically his plan B to step up and win the championship from John Cena if Randy Orton isn't able to do it at this pay-per-view. So, I mean, for them to say that they're really, trying to win people over is kind of weird. But, they definitely want to be in that main event next year at Battleground. They don't want to be in the semi-main that everybody's looking at. They want to be going after titles. They want to be in the big slots where there's big money behind them, and they don't want to get left behind. They don't, these two guys, one wrong move on Raw or something like that, and they could definitely be what Kofi Kingston was a few years ago during the whole deal with Kofi versus Randy Orton, where one mistake, Randy Orton goes on, goes off him and in the ring, goes in the back and buries the guy. And Kofi Kingston, hasn't really became more than anything other than the Intercontinental Champion, the United States Champion. He was locked into that tag team with R-Truth and with Evan Bourne, Air Boom for a good long while. But there was a good long while when a lot of people were behind Kofi, really thinking that he was to become a champion down the road, and that's never really happened. And these guys are definitely going to go out there. They're definitely going to be throwing those punches for real, and it's going to be one of those matches that you really, really remember. When tag teams like Edge and Christian break up, what's another good tag team that broke up that really just hated each other in the end? They always have matches that people want to remember because they always want to see who's going to be the Shawn and who's going to be the Jannetty. Nobody really wants to be that guy left behind. The Miz and Morrison had that joke for a long time. You could see it on that video with Miz coming back after cashing in and winning the WWE title. He walked right up to Morrison, hugged him, as he was fighting off the tears, and told them that he was the Jannetty. A moment that I'm sure Morrison is going to want to, why Morrison is not on TV, just bugs the shit out of me. That guy had so much talent. I think that the monster of the WWE killed that guy, that basically he just didn't want to do it anymore. You just fight so long to become so good at what you're doing, and you have fans behind you, and you just walk away. I never thought when John Morrison walked away it was going to be this long, but I don't know. I'm really hoping for both of these guys. Neither of these guys becomes the Jannetty of this team. I want both of these guys to be the future of the WWE, much like I've put behind The Miz, much like I've put behind Wade Barrett. These are the guys that are going to be fighting for the titles and having WrestleMania matches down the road, and they do have a bright future along the way. In this match, you have to pick Rollins to get the win. He's got too much behind him. That Ambrose is going to be fighting the good fight. He's going to be that babyface going up against the monster that basically has Kane, Randy Orton, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. Basically anything can happen in this match to help him out, to make sure that Ambrose doesn't get off the win. But it's just going to be one of those fights when somebody goes up against the Machine, the people are going to be chanting crazy behind this match. And I just see Ambrose not being able to pull it off and Rollins getting the win. But it's definitely the one match that I'm really looking forward to. This is my main event. I would have this in the show over the Fatal 4-Way if it was up to me. But there is no WWE World Heavyweight Championship for John Cena to raise up at the end and then bring on Plan C. Bring it on, buddy.